Walked through a party at the county jail. Prison man was there, he began to wail. I started jumping and I joined the swing. Should have had a knocked out tempo singing, that's right. Everybody, that's right. Everybody knows that right. Well, the answer to the jazz right. Baby, let me be your loving teddy bear. I put a chain around my neck. I need me anywhere. Oh, let me be. Oh, a teddy bear. You ain't nothing but a hound.
Are you lonesome tonight? Will you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart?
This is my dad, and for years now he's been an Elvis tribute artist. Quite an unusual career choice, but I wouldn't want it any other way. My name's Charlotte. Here I am along with my 3 other sisters, Chloe, Grace and Lindsay, and of course our dad. You might think I know everything about Elvis impersonation, but I've never really asked him much about it. So I decided to travel up to Brackley where he currently lives, along with my team, to find out more about what he does as an Elvis impersonator and why so many people around the world impersonate Elvis. So, if you didn't know anything about Elvis, here is the brief history.
Well, I was born on the 8th of January 1935 in Mississippi. I grew up listening to music in my local church. Doesn't seem like much, but every time my mother called me to time to go to church, I would get excited. When I moved to Memphis with my mother and father, I was a part of gospel choir. It really influenced me to sing. There was just something about music that really got me going. So when I got signed to Sun Records in 1954, in 1995 my recording contract was sold to RCA Victor. Over the years I realized some rock and roll songs like Hound Dog and Jailhouse Rock. I made a few films along the way, only 33. Nothing will top the shows I did. So with my career on the high, I managed to sell over 1 billion records and was nominated for 14 Grammy Awards. So everything was going well, but I got addicted to a drug that sadly put an end to my voice. My performances in my life, but one thing that will never die is my memory, and forever, my music will live.
My name's Robert, and I'm an Elvis tribute artist, really. I wouldn't say so much an impersonator, but a tribute artist. And the thing with Elvis, it all came when I was a young boy, really, when I used to see his films on telly, the actual films of him in live performances in Las Vegas. I just had the chance one day to do it in one of my local pubs where I used to live in Fulham, and I knew the landlady there very well.
Do it?
No.
Don't be superstitious.
No, I don't like
What's
doing
your
it.
problem?
I am superstitious.
Don't be superstitious.
I am.
What started the thought process in you moving to Ibiza?
Right, there's a couple I got to know in Brackley called Bill and Jackie, and 4 years ago they decided to actually move to Ibiza. Me and Jeanette went out there for a week, and his sort of evening job was working in a place called Jeston, and they do live music, entertainment and stuff. And I said to him, you know, do you think when I come out there for that week they'd want me to do a gig, you know, one night? Yeah. So he said, yeah, I'll have a word. And anyway, they did. They ultimately agreed to it. So and again, it went sort of really well. And the guy who owns it came up to me at the end of the evening and said, you know, why don't you do this full time? He did plant a seed in the back of my head, thinking, wouldn't it be a great way to make a living if you could sing and do it and enjoy it?
So what do you think of his move out to Ibiza?
First reaction was obviously his children, our children. I didn't want that to be, you know, their time with their dad to be affected by that.
Well, it was good, but we didn't get to see him as much.
Well, it's good for his career because obviously he's going to perform more out there. It's quite a good decision for him to do that.
Have you ever miss him?
Not really, because it's always been like that. It's not like I've known any different.
Well, because he's out there for 6 months and I'm here with his dad, looking after his dad.
You're not close to the person. Like I see my mum every day, but with my dad I'm not as close because I don't see him every day.
It was hard, yeah, but if it's something he wants to do, then...
Yeah, it was a bit difficult actually, because I think phone contact was a bit tricky because the signals and, you know, he's performing.
Yeah.
But no, we dealt with it and I'm quite happy for him to carry on doing it.
It's good to see him like up there performing and stuff, but...
He seems to have been fairly successful at it, you know, I mean he's done it in lots of places, lots of times.
It's what he wants to do, and if it makes him happy, it makes me happy.
Charlotte, do you want to come see my outfits and stuff?
Alright then.
Pieces, yeah? Okay. What you can see here is obviously the white one, which I don't really use very often because it gets very dirty and it's probably had better days, to be honest. So.
What do you think of your dad's Elvis impersonation?
It's good, but it gets very embarrassing at times.
And why is it so embarrassing for you?
Because he goes up to people and holds their hands and sings to them directly, and it just gets embarrassing.
So what's the most embarrassing thing he's done at one of his performances?
Well, when he comes up to you directly and sings to you because everybody's just looking at you.
Do you look up to your dad as a role model?
I do, because what he does, everybody looks up to him. Everybody likes to see him.
It looks awful. What's it? You see
Yeah.
a slight difference in
That
terms
one's so much better.
in terms of quality, and the sideburns are obviously much more realistic, and that effect there is supposed to be how Elvis had his hair and sideburns in the Vegas. And these boots during the summer done 84 gigs. 84
Out in
gigs is
Ibiza.
out in Ibiza. And here is just some of the jewellery and bits and pieces I wear. Obviously the glasses to give the Elvis effect, and then the rings.
We're just walking down to the pub where my dad will be performing. So here it is.
Bob as Elvis. That's Charlotte's dad, by the way. Tomorrow, 4:30.
We ready, ladies?
Yeah.
Well, that's alright, mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, mama. Just anything to her. That's alright. That's alright. Well, that's alright, mama. Anyway you do.
Got you.
Oh, hey there. Sorry, mate, to disturb you. Right, let's not bring the stuff in then. Right then, so we've just set up now. We're in the process of setting up. It's about 11:30. We're on again at 4:30. So hopefully all's going to be well and the place is full and we're rock and roll. So,
Never leave home without catching that. That's right. It's the most important thing to do.
What about the worst part?
the worst
There must
part.
be something bad about it.
Setting up all the equipment, that all needs to be moved around and set up, and then you have to do a sound check, which is okay, but if it's got people in there and you know when you're dressed as Elvis and you got your glasses on, you've got this like protective barrier, but when you just go out there being like me as I am and doing a sound check and people look at you, and that's a bit daunting. I don't really like that, but I've got to obviously do it to try and get the sound as good as possible. And then it's the nerves. You know, the nerves are just a killer. I mean, I am a wreck beforehand. Obviously, because I think about obviously performing, going out in front of people. You know, you're worrying about making sure hopefully everything's going to go right. The sound's going to be good. My voice is going to be okay. I'm not going to mess up. So yeah, I worry all the time. Every performance, I'm always nervous. Very, very nervous. So.
That's alright.
be fair, the highlight of anything I do is any gig, to actually go and entertain people, and for anybody to turn around at the end of it and say, you know, what a fantastic night they've had and they've enjoyed themselves and all that. So, I mean, it's like playing in all these big places and stuff, but any gig to me is if it's been really well, gone down well, is the highlight. You know, seeing people smiling, happy faces is the highlight. So. My family always think I'm sort of mad, quite mad, and I probably am to a degree, but I'm one of these people who are quite sort of spontaneous. If I make my mind up to do something, I'll do it. But yeah, no, my family have always been very supportive in terms of what I want to do. E.g., look at Ibiza. I've just done 6 months out in Ibiza doing the summer season, and that was only because of obviously all my family and my partner and everybody being obviously around me and giving me that support and backing.
So what was the worst part about it?
The worst part initially was I just thought, oh my god, my husband wants to be an Elvis impersonator, this is so embarrassing, I'm not going to tell everyone, and I just wanted to cringe. But obviously being part of it and seeing how much people enjoyed it, and he was very good, I got into the spirit of it.
Double check your cape.
You alright, Dad? Yeah? You nervous?
I'm nervous, baby.
You'll be fine.
Elvis is nervous. He's not just nervous, he's really, really nervous now.
To go out to an audience where it's all quiet and they're waiting with anticipation in terms of what they're going to get, and then by the end of it they're all up dancing and they're going mad and want their picture taken with you, and you've made that, you know, I've made that, I've created that atmosphere, and the adrenaline and the buzz from that is absolutely fantastic. That's worth all the money in the world.
Brilliant, beautiful, great. Tickety-boo.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
I think he's awesome. Yes. Ian and I went to see him in Ibiza, and we've followed him through from when he was here and obviously went out to Ibiza. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, his stage presence and his vocal range and everything else.
If it's something you really want to do, then you've got to go for it. You don't want to ultimately get old and grey and think, I wished I had done that, because I think then I would have regretted it. And really, I'd say that to most people. If it's something you want to do in your life, then go for it. Don't swallow and not do it. Just go for it if you get the opportunity.
You ain't